Chosen one, stop. Take a breath. Listen. Do you feel it? The energy in the air? The way your heart just skipped a beat? That's not your imagination. That's not a coincidence. You are here because you were meant to be. Something massive is shifting in your life right now, and whether you realize it or not, everything that has happened up to this moment has been leading you here. The signs, the delays, the struggles, the unanswered prayers, the things that made no sense when you were going through them, every single piece was part of a divine puzzle, and now, finally, the picture is clear. The wait is over. The doors are opening. You have passed the test, and now it's finally time. You don't even realize it yet, but the reason you're feeling this pull, this strange, almost electric sensation in your soul right now, is because something inside of you already knows the truth. The truth that your life is about to change in ways you never imagined. The truth that you have been chosen for something far greater than you ever believed possible. The truth that your time of wandering, struggling, questioning, it's done. This isn't for everyone. This message is not meant for just anyone scrolling past, mindlessly clicking through videos, filling the silence with background noise. No. This is different. This is divine. If you are still here, if you are feeling this, if something inside of you is leaning forward, listening, hanging on to every word, understand that you are being spoken to directly. The universe, God, divine timing, whatever force you believe in, it is reaching out to you right now and telling you to wake up. To listen. To receive. Because the moment you hear these words, everything changes. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. The one you've been waiting for, praying for, asking for in the quiet moments when no one was around to hear. The one that kept you awake at night, wondering if everything you've been through was for nothing. It wasn't. You weren't abandoned. You weren't forgotten. You were being prepared. This shift that's happening right now isn't just some abstract concept. It's not something far off in the distance, waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. No. It's already here. It's unfolding in this very second. That restless energy you've been feeling, that sense that something big is coming, that deep knowing in your soul that change is on the horizon, you aren't wrong. You are sensing this. The very moment that is happening right now. And let me tell you something even crazier. This is not the first time you've been given this sign. Think back. The dreams, the patterns, the repeating numbers, the unexplainable coincidences, how many times have you dismissed them? How many times have you convinced yourself it was just your imagination? How many times have you ignored the feeling that you were meant for something more? But now, you can't ignore it anymore. Now, it's right in front of you. Now, you are standing on the edge of something so massive, so life-altering, that you can feel the weight of it pressing down on you. And here's the thing. This kind of moment, it doesn't come often. This is a once-in-a-lifetime shift. A pivotal moment in your existence where everything you do from this point forward will shape the rest of your life. You have two choices. You can ignore it, brush it off, keep doing what you've always done, and continue waiting, hoping, wondering when it will be your turn. Or you can step into it. Fully. Completely. Without hesitation. But here's the part no one tells you. This isn't a free gift. This isn't something that just falls into your lap without effort, without action. This opportunity, this breakthrough, it's real, it's here, and it's yours. But only if you claim it. Only if you reach out and take what has been prepared for you. Only if you are bold enough to step through the door that has just been unlocked. You've been asking for a sign, and now, here it is. This is the moment that separates those who dream from those who step into their destiny. The ones who hesitate. They will look back years from now, realizing they let it slip away. But the ones who listen, the ones who feel this message in their bones and refuse to ignore it, they are the ones who will see the kind of change that others only fantasize about. But I need you to understand something. This isn't about luck. This isn't about random chance. This is about alignment. Everything you have gone through, the setbacks, the disappointments, the loneliness, the moments where you thought you were stuck forever, it was all leading to this. And now, finally, you are aligned with what was meant for you. Think about how far you've come. Think about the times you thought you wouldn't make it, the times you doubted yourself, the times life knocked you down and made you question if you even had the strength to keep going. Look at you now. Still standing. Still here. Still holding on. Why? Because you were never meant to give up. Because something deep inside of you always knew there was more. And now, here you are, standing at the threshold of the biggest breakthrough of your life. But here's the truth. Not everyone will step into it. Not everyone will recognize this moment for what it is. Some will walk away, distracted, doubtful, afraid to believe that something this incredible could actually be real. But you're still here. You're still listening. And that means something. That means you are ready. That means you have been chosen. But being chosen isn't enough. You have to step into it. You have to claim it. You have to take action. Because if you don't, this moment will pass. The energy will fade. And you will be left with nothing but the memory of what could have been. But that's not going to happen. Because you are different. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. You wouldn't still be listening if you weren't meant to receive this. You wouldn't feel this deep in your soul if it wasn't the truth. And let me tell you something even greater. The shift that is happening in your life isn't just about you. It's about something bigger. You were never meant to just exist, to go through the motions, to settle for an ordinary life. You were meant to impact, to lead, to change lives, to break cycles, to become the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. But you have to make a choice. Right now. Do you claim this? Do you step into this? Or do you let fear, doubt, and hesitation steal what was always meant for you? Because make no mistake, this is happening, whether you are ready or not. The shift is real. The transformation is unfolding. The energy is moving. And the only question left is, will you rise to meet it? Or will you let it pass you by? Because this is it. Your moment. Your breakthrough. Your time. You have passed the test. The waiting is over. And now, it's finally time. You are still here. That means something. That means the message you just heard wasn't just words. It was a frequency. A vibration. A truth that your soul already recognized the moment it was spoken. And now, you stand on the edge of something greater than you can even comprehend. There is no accident. There is no coincidence. You were led to this exact moment, in this exact way, for a reason. And that reason is unfolding right now. The energy that has been building, the changes that have been stirring, the feeling that something beyond your understanding is moving around you, it's real. It's undeniable. And you can feel it, can't you? That pull. That knowing. That certainty, deep in your bones, that your life is shifting in ways you never imagined possible. But here's where most people get it wrong. They hear the message. They feel the energy. They recognize that something is happening. But they don't act. They don't take the step. They stand still, waiting for something to happen, waiting for a sign so obvious that they no longer have to move on faith. And that hesitation, that delay, that moment of doubt, that is the exact thing that separates those who step into their destiny from those who let it slip away. This is not the time for hesitation. This is not the time for doubt. You didn't come this far just to stop now. The shift has already started, but it will only complete if you claim it. If you take the step. If you step forward in faith and align yourself fully with the energy that is moving around you. And that starts now. Right here. Right now. I want you to do something. Something simple, but powerful. Something that will shift the energy in your life instantly. Comment 99 below. Not later. Not when you're done watching. Right now. Because that simple action, that is more than just typing a number. That is a declaration. That is you stepping into your divine alignment. That is you telling the universe, God, the divine forces at work, I am ready. I am open. I am stepping into what is meant for me. You might think it's small. You might think it's nothing. But let me tell you something, energy moves when you move. And the moment you take that step, the moment you make that declaration, things begin shifting in ways you cannot yet see. But here's what I know. The ones who take action are the ones who receive. The ones who hesitate, who second guess, who let their mind talk them out of the very thing they've been asking for, those are the ones who miss their moment. And you didn't come this far just to miss your moment. So take the step. Comment 99 and feel the shift. And as you do, pay attention. Because something will happen. Maybe it's a sudden rush of energy. Maybe it's a deep sense of peace. Maybe it's an overwhelming sense of knowing, as if something inside of you just clicked into place. That is your confirmation. That is your activation. That is the moment your reality begins to change. Because here's what most people don't realize. Change doesn't happen in some big, dramatic, cinematic moment. It happens in small, decisive actions. It happens when you decide, fully and completely, that you are ready. And right now, that's what you are doing. You are deciding. You are choosing. You are claiming what is meant for you. Because here's the truth, life does not wait for you to be ready. Opportunities do not stand still, waiting for you to feel confident enough, worthy enough, strong enough to take them. They come and go. And if you don't reach out and take what is yours, someone else will. Someone else who didn't hesitate. Someone else who didn't doubt. Someone else who understood that destiny does not wait. But that won't be you. Because you are different. You are chosen. And chosen ones do not let their moment pass them by. Feel that. Sit with that for a moment. Let that truth sink into your soul. And now, as you step into this energy, as you align yourself fully with what is happening, understand that this is only the beginning. Because what happens next? That is what will change everything. There is something massive coming into your life. A shift so big, so undeniable, that you will look back on this moment and realize that this was the turning point. This was the moment everything changed. And here's what you need to know, this is happening fast. There is no more waiting. There is no more hoping. This is not something that is coming years from now, months from now, even weeks from now. This is happening now. The energy around you is moving at a speed that is almost incomprehensible. Doors that were locked for years are about to swing open. Paths that were hidden are about to be revealed. People you never expected are about to show up in your life in ways you never imagined. And when it happens, it will happen in a way that seems almost supernatural. Almost too good to be true. But it will be real. And when it does, you will remember this moment. This decision. This activation. Because right now, you are not just hearing words. You are shifting your reality. There is a reason this is happening for you now. A reason why you are feeling this pull, why everything in your life has been leading to this exact moment. It is because you are in a season of divine acceleration. And what does that mean? It means what used to take years will now take months. What used to take months will now take weeks. What used to take weeks will now take days. You are stepping into a time of rapid manifestation. A time where everything begins falling into place with almost impossible ease. A time where the struggles that once defined you no longer have power over you. And let me tell you something, people will not understand. They will look at your life and wonder how you went from struggling to thriving so quickly. They will try to rationalize it, to make sense of it, to explain it away. But they won't be able to. Because this is not about luck. This is not about coincidence. This is about divine alignment. This is about stepping into what was always meant for you. And let me tell you, this is only the beginning. Because what's coming next? That's where everything changes. The blessings, the abundance, the opportunities, they are already lining up. And all you have to do now is continue forward. Without hesitation. Without fear. Without looking back. This is your moment. And you, chosen one, are finally stepping into what was always meant for you. There are moments in life that define everything. Moments that shift the course of your reality forever. You don't always see them coming. You don't always recognize them at first. But when they arrive, something inside of you knows. Something deeper than thought, deeper than logic, an unshakable knowing that whispers, this is it. This is the moment. And this is one of those moments for you. You have already felt the energy shift. You have already sensed that something is happening beyond what your eyes can see. But now, it's time to understand what is really unfolding. Because what's coming next is bigger than you could have ever imagined. This is the part no one tells you about. This is the part where everything starts making sense. Every struggle. Every delay. Every time you felt like you were being held back, like the world was working against you, like no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't break through. It wasn't because you weren't good enough. It wasn't because you weren't meant for more. It was because there was a process happening beneath the surface that you couldn't yet see. You were in preparation. You see, there is a reason why the chosen ones go through the hardest battles. A reason why the ones who are meant for something greater are tested more than anyone else. Because destiny is not given. It is earned. And the only way to step into true power, true abundance, true transformation, is to be tested. Look back on your life. Really look. How many times did you feel like you were at your breaking point? How many times did you ask, why is this happening to me? How many times did you wonder if you were being punished, if maybe you were just unlucky, if maybe this was all there was? Now, look again. Because every single time you thought you were being buried, you were actually being planted. Every loss, every rejection, every setback was a part of your training. Every delay was a divine redirection. Every door that closed was protecting you from something you couldn't see at the time. Because if you had received what you wanted before you were ready, you wouldn't have been able to handle it. It would have slipped through your fingers. It would have crumbled under pressure. And you would have mistaken it for failure, never realizing that it was actually grace. But now you are stepping into the season where everything turns around. Because here's the truth about divine timing, it's never late. It's never off. It's never uncertain. It arrives exactly when it is meant to, in the way it is meant to, and when it does, everything clicks into place at once. This is why everything is shifting so fast for you right now. This is why things that once felt impossible are suddenly moving with ease. Because you have reached the point where all the waiting, all the lessons, all the refining, it has led to this. And now, for the first time in your life, you are stepping into the reality that was meant for you. You are no longer chasing. You are aligning. You are no longer hoping. You are receiving. The energy is shifted, the doors are open, and now, the very things you once thought were out of reach are being pulled towards you like a magnet. Because here's what happens when you finally align with your divine path. Everything that was meant for you has no choice but to find you. The opportunities, the wealth, the relationships, the breakthroughs. They are not things you have to fight for anymore. They are things that were always meant to be yours, waiting for the moment you were ready to receive them. And now, that moment has arrived. But here's what you need to understand. Not everyone will be able to handle your transformation. There will be people in your life who see this shift happening and won't know how to respond. Some will celebrate you. Some will be inspired by you. But others? They will doubt. They will question. They will try to convince you that nothing has changed, that this is just another phase, that you are still the same person you used to be. But you are not the same. And you cannot shrink yourself to make them comfortable. You cannot dull your light to protect the ones who refuse to see it. Because the truth is, not everyone is meant to come with you into this next season of your life. Some people were only meant to be in your past. Some people were only part of your story before you stepped into your purpose. And that's okay. Because the people who are truly meant to be in your life, the ones who are aligned with where you are going, they will find you. They will recognize you. They will celebrate your transformation instead of questioning it. But here's what's important. You cannot allow the fear of losing people to stop you from stepping into your destiny. Because right now, you are being elevated. And when you rise, not everyone will rise with you. Some will resist. Some will try to pull you back. Some will try to convince you that you should stay where you are because it's safe, because it's familiar, because they do not have the courage to step into the unknown themselves. But you were not meant to stay small. You were not meant to stay hidden. You were meant to rise. And this is your moment to do just that. Because what's coming next? That's where everything changes. You see, the chosen ones always go through a season of isolation before they step into their purpose. They always experience a time where it feels like nothing is happening, like they are waiting in the dark, like the world has forgotten them. But that is never the end of the story. Because the waiting season always comes right before the breakthrough. The quiet season always comes right before the explosion of blessings. And that is exactly where you are right now. You are not being delayed anymore. You are not being held back. The only thing standing between you and the life that was meant for you is your willingness to step forward and claim it. Because it is here. Right in front of you. The shift is happening. The breakthrough is unfolding. The doors are already open. The question is, will you walk through them? Because what happens next is up to you. You can choose to embrace this shift fully, to step into the energy of abundance, to claim everything that is already lining up for you. Or you can hesitate. You can second guess. You can stay in the familiar because it's comfortable, even though you know it's not where you are meant to be. But let me tell you something, when destiny calls, it does not wait forever. And this is your call. Your moment. Your time. What you do next will define everything. Because now, the process is no longer about waiting. The process is no longer about struggle. The process is about receiving. You have stepped into a season where the things that once felt impossible will start happening effortlessly. You won't have to chase. You won't have to force. You won't have to beg. Because what is meant for you will come to you. But only if you claim it. And that is exactly what happens next. You feel it, don't you? The shift is no longer just an idea. It's happening. It's real. Something inside of you has changed, and you know deep down that you are not the same person you were before. You can try to deny it, try to rationalize it, try to convince yourself that maybe this is just another phase, but the truth is undeniable. You have stepped into a new reality. A reality where the impossible is no longer out of reach, where everything you once thought was beyond your grasp is now within your hands. This is the moment where everything begins to unfold. Not in the future. Not someday. But right now. The process has already started. You may not see it yet, but the energy around you has already shifted. The doors have already opened. The very fabric of your existence is rearranging itself in ways you cannot yet comprehend, aligning with the destiny that was always meant for you. And here's what you need to understand. This is not about luck. This is not about wishful thinking. This is not about hoping for something better while staying in the same patterns that kept you stuck for so long. No. This is about stepping into a reality where you no longer have to force things to happen, where you no longer have to struggle, where you no longer have to fight for what is already yours. Because when you are aligned, when you have done the inner work, when you have let go of the past and fully embraced your transformation, the things you once had to chase will start chasing you. You don't have to beg for opportunities. They will find you. You don't have to worry about how things will come together. They already are. You don't have to fear losing what was never meant for you. Because what is truly meant for you can never be taken away. And that is the difference between those who step into their destiny and those who stay stuck. Those who stay stuck keep waiting for permission. They keep waiting for a sign so clear, so undeniable, that they can no longer doubt it. But chosen ones? They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for every detail to be figured out before they take a step forward. They move first. They trust first. They step into their power, knowing that everything they need will be provided along the way. And that is exactly what is happening for you right now. The resources, they are already on their way. The opportunities, they are already aligning. The abundance, it has already been set in motion. But here's what you need to know: this is not about getting lucky. This is about who you are becoming. Because wealth, success, abundance, these are not things you attract by chance. They are things you align with by becoming the version of yourself who is ready to receive them. If you are still thinking small, doubting yourself, living in fear, then even when blessings come, you will reject them. You will push them away. You will sabotage them because your mind is still operating from the version of you that was struggling, that was stuck, that was waiting. But when you shift, when you truly embody the transformation that is happening right now, everything starts moving differently. You walk into rooms with confidence, and people notice. You speak with clarity, and opportunities appear. You move with purpose, and the right connections are drawn to you effortlessly. Because the version of you that is stepping into this new reality, they do not beg for what is already theirs. They do not waste time proving themselves to people who will never see their worth. They do not lower their energy to fit into places they have already outgrown. They rise. They expand. They claim what is meant for them without hesitation. And that is what you are being called to do right now. This is your season of acceleration. Your season of divine alignment. Your season of overflow. But you must be ready to receive. You must be willing to let go of the old identity, the old stories, the old beliefs that told you abundance was something you had to earn through struggle, something that only happened for other people but not for you. Because that is a lie. Abundance is your birthright. Success is your destiny. You were never meant to live in lack, in fear, in limitation. You were meant to thrive. You were meant to expand. You were meant to be a living example of what happens when you trust, when you align, when you step into your power without hesitation. And the truth is, you already know this. That's why you're here. That's why you are still listening. Something inside of you has already awakened, has already recognized that the old version of you can no longer exist in this new reality. And that's where most people hesitate. Because stepping into the new means leaving behind the old. Leaving behind the doubts, the excuses, the habits that kept you small, the people who do not support your growth, the environments that drain your energy. It means becoming the person you were always meant to be. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Because here's the thing about destiny, it does not wait. It does not pause while you overthink, while you weigh your options, while you sit in fear, wondering if you are really ready. You are ready. That's why this message found you. That's why you feel this so deeply. That's why something inside of you is lighting up with every word, because it recognizes that this is the truth you have been waiting to hear. This is not a coincidence. This is not an accident. This is your divine moment of realization. You are no longer waiting for things to change. You are no longer asking for a sign. You are stepping into the version of yourself who does not wait for permission, who does not need validation, who does not second-guess what they already know to be true. Because you are not meant to follow. You are meant to lead. You are not meant to survive. You are meant to thrive. You are not meant to stay in the background, watching others live the life you desire. You are meant to step forward, to claim what is yours, to show the world what happens when you trust, when you believe, when you move with unwavering certainty that everything is already working in your favor. And now, you will see it. Not someday. Not eventually. Now. Because the moment you step fully into this truth, the moment you decide that there is no turning back, that there is no more questioning, that you are ready to rise, to expand, to receive, everything shifts instantly. And the best part? This is only the beginning. Because what happens next is even greater than anything you have imagined. The abundance that is coming? It's bigger than you expected. The success that is unfolding? It's happening faster than you thought possible. The people who doubted you, who dismissed you, who never believed in your vision, they will be watching in disbelief as you rise into the reality that was meant for you all along. And the best part? You won't even have to say a word. Because the transformation will speak for itself. The energy you carry will be undeniable. The way you move through the world will be unrecognizable. Because you are no longer the same. You have shifted. You have aligned. You have stepped fully into what was always meant for you. And now, all that's left to do is receive. Because the moment you made the decision, the moment you claimed it, the moment you chose to step forward without hesitation, everything was already set in motion. And what's coming next? That's where everything changes. There is no more waiting. No more doubting. No more wondering when it will be your time. Because your time is now. Everything that has led you here has been part of the divine plan, preparing you for this exact moment. Every challenge, every struggle, every time you thought you were being tested beyond your limits, it was all leading to this. And now, you stand at the edge of a reality that is no longer a distant dream. It is yours. It has been waiting for you. And the only thing left to do is step forward and claim it. But let me tell you something. Not everyone gets to this point. Not everyone makes it through the process. Because the process is designed to separate the ones who truly believe from the ones who only hope. The ones who are truly ready from the ones who are still looking for excuses. And you? You have made it through. You are still here. You are still standing. And that means something. That means you were never meant to live a small life. That means you were never meant to stay where you were. That means you were chosen. But the ones who are chosen do not get to sit still. The ones who are chosen do not get to wait for life to hand them what they want. Because chosen ones are called to something greater. Something bigger than themselves. Something that will shift the very course of history, not just for themselves, but for everyone they come in contact with. And that's where you are right now. Standing in front of the biggest shift of your life, knowing deep in your soul that you cannot go back to the way things were before. Because you are not the same. The things you used to tolerate, they no longer align with you. The people who used to keep you small, they no longer belong in your space. The version of you that accepted less than you deserved, that version of you no longer exists. You are stepping into something new. Something powerful. Something that will redefine everything you thought you knew about yourself and your purpose. And that requires one final decision. A decision to let go of everything that no longer serves you. A decision to stop questioning whether you are ready. A decision to fully embrace the destiny that has been waiting for you all along. Because here's the truth. You do not need more time. You do not need more signs. You do not need more proof that you are meant for more. You already know it. You have always known it. That is why you feel this so deeply. That is why every word of this message has hit you in a way that you cannot ignore. Because this was always meant for you. And now, the final step is yours to take. This is where the shift becomes permanent. This is where you move from waiting to receiving. This is where you fully step into the energy of abundance, knowing with absolute certainty that everything is already aligning in your favor. Because the moment you fully commit to this transformation, the moment you stop looking back, the moment you stop questioning whether you are truly ready, everything speeds up. The opportunities start appearing. The right people start showing up. The success you have been working for starts flowing effortlessly. And it will feel strange at first. It will feel almost too easy. Because you are so used to struggle. So used to fighting for every inch. So used to believing that success only comes with suffering. But that is not the truth. That was never the truth. The only reason the path was difficult before was because you were still carrying the weight of doubt, the weight of fear, the weight of everything that was never meant to go with you into this next season. But now, you are lighter. Now, you are free. Now, you are moving in full alignment with what was always meant to be yours. And that's why you cannot hesitate. That's why you cannot slow down. Because you are in a moment of divine acceleration, and the only thing that can stop you now is yourself. The doubts? They will try to creep in. The old fears? They will try to pull you back. The voices of people who do not understand this transformation. They will try to keep you small. But you cannot listen to them. You cannot afford to let the opinions of others dictate your destiny. Because those who doubt you now will be the ones asking for your guidance later. Those who cannot see your vision now will be the ones watching in amazement as you rise. But you are not doing this for them. You are doing this for you. You are doing this because your soul has been crying out for more. You are doing this because you cannot spend another year, another month, another day living a life that does not align with who you truly are. And the best part? You don't have to. The waiting is over. The breakthrough is here. The transformation has already begun. Now, all that's left is for you to step into it fully. Without fear. Without hesitation. Without looking back. Because the ones who step forward now, they will be the ones who see the biggest miracles. They will be the ones who experience the most radical transformations. They will be the ones who look back on this moment and realize it was the single most important decision they ever made. And you? You are one of them. You are the one who chose to rise. You are the one who refused to stay small. You are the one who decided that your destiny was not something you would wait for, it was something you would step into with confidence, with certainty, with the knowing that it was already yours. Because it is. And now, the world will see it. The world will see the shift in you. The world will see the way you move differently, the way you speak differently, the way you carry yourself with the energy of someone who knows exactly who they are and exactly where they are going. Because the version of you who doubted, gone. The version of you who played small, gone. The version of you who waited for permission, gone. This is your time. This is your season. This is your reality now. And nothing will ever be the same again.